flattish rocker up the nose, like just a bit more foam up the front there, which carries it. Actually, this is a board that's really good for all-rounder, really, because of that flat rocker. I can ride it in fat waves or pockety waves. It's got the quad set up there, the concaves, carbon rails, stringerless, and it's Old Faithful. And it's Old Faithful for a good reason. It's just hanging in there and it's still got its spring and still got life, so magic board. But this one's actually got a touch less foam in the front end and in the middle, less domed out, just less foam really. And it's a pretty standardish board for me, really. It's like as close to the standard shortboard as I really have. You know, pulled in nose, concaves, stringerless, quad, flyer in the tail. A little bit more rocker than the Old Faithful. Good all-rounder, really good in the pocket. PET deck, so it's a 6'4", kind of like more of a rounded squashy tail, but more round than anything. Modern nose, modern board really. I don't have many of these, but this is definitely a nice looking board for bigger days. Probably ride this in like 6 to 8 foot plus surf. Again, super strong, nice and kind of tight flex. For me, hemp and carbon, those fibers have a flex pattern that's fast. It feels like they spring back really quickly, so most people think that's stiffness, but I just like to feel that is a fast flex, like a tightly strung tennis racket bouncing back the ball, you know. So modern board, modern feel. This little kind of you know, short, fat and flat model for gutless waves, and it ended up actually holding really well in good clean surf. Again, this is a bit thicker than most of my boards, but again, the quad, the fin setup Gary runs is really crucial in that these little boards like this can handle high speeds and hold in on bigger waves than you'd normally be riding, say a 5'6" like this. So yeah, this is 5'6" concaves, quad setup, a little bit wider, flatter, fatter than usual, but super fun, good high speed, fun board, really fun. And the deck, this fiber's proving is bulletproof as well, so I think this will eventually be in the Old Faithful category as well, because of that lifespan, which is great. That's a great element of all these boards, is that they're proving to be really strong and holding up to, you know, my heavy foot surfing them all the time. This is a thinner version of the Bollywood, kind of, a bit longer, and nice low rails, like just thin rails for me that I like, so you can bury the board in turns, high speed turns, but there's also some foam in the middle there. It's got the carbon Kevlar rails, which are proving to be really strong as well. Stringerless, of course. high performance board for me. Point breaks, beach breaks, reef breaks, anywhere really. This is proving to be a board that can just be ridden everywhere. I think if I was to travel the world and I could only take one board, it would be pretty much this. Carbon rails, stringless, concaves, quad, and some nice, just nice low rails. Not too much volume anywhere, so you can keep it, you know, in the water when you're burying it on rail and turns. Keep it in the pocket really easy. Amazing board. This is kind of like a fusion, I guess, of the boards I like to ride, fishes, you know, straighter kind of fish outlines and things, deep swallowtails, but also mixing the Alien Nemo kind of concept as well. So you've got a super deep swallow here, which feels amazing actually. It feels like these fins funnel straight off those 2 points when I'm turning on it. I've ridden this in 6 foot waves in Fiji. It's only 5'10", and it handled every inch of it. It's pretty domed in terms of keeping foam in the middle, but thinned out on the rail so you can keep it on rail without it sliding or popping back out of the water. The Empress, really nice hybrid kind of fusion board. Again, lowish volumes in the rails and in the front end, so you can surf it fast and kind of high performance, you know, not so much just cruising and kind of old school surfing, but you can really, when you want to wind it up and go really fast, put it on rail. This is 5'11.5", stringless, got some concaves, and is a kind of a mix between, I guess, an Old Faithful and an Alien, and it's like just a mix really. It's this really nice mix. Outgazzer just was in the bay and came out with this in a moment of inspiration, I guess, but proving really nice, really good hybrid kind of board, a step up from the Alien, so I'd probably ride this in good 4 to 6 foot surf and really be able to put it on rail. Pretty modern really. You know, there's littleish kind of hips in the tail there, no flyers, but just pulls in a little bit on the tail. Thin again, modernish rockers, not extreme rockers like most people's modern shortboards, but enough there to keep me above the water level, even in the pocket. It's like a down the line, elongated outline with basically the intention of being able to just lay it over in one huge turn with these big fins in the tail like this. I've felt already that with this outline, when the waves are say 4 foot plus, there's just like beautiful long lines that come out of this board, and especially like one major turn you can do if you're on a wave where you get enough room to move, it just lights up. So this is a really cool board. I haven't ridden anything like this before. It's a nice fusion of the low rails that Gary does and a bit of rocker in the nose, not a lot but not dead flat, and proves really good in the tube too. Nice tube rider, just fast, straight line demon.